everybody up there. Hi, Capricorn. It's Lyn from Tinker Tarot. I'm here, surprise live. I'm doing your Cartomancy reading right now. Oops, I better make sure the volume's okay. Better crank it up a little bit so I can make sure that you hear me all right. And we'll go big screen. There we are. I can see everybody all good. Throw a little message on there. All right, so let's see what we have for you, Capricorn. All right, happy Valentine's, by the way, if you celebrate that. Cartomancy is the art of reading the regular playing cards. Now, I've smudged myself and the cards and everything to, cleanse everything, right? So, they're really needing a lot of shuffling, They want to be, oh, there we go. 8 of Hearts. So this is love talk, this is flirting, this is it could be just, between you, and it doesn't have to be your significant other. It can be your child, you can be giving your child love and affection, support, a friend. But someone around you, you are either getting vocal support, love, affection, tenderness, flirting, receiving it or giving it, one or the other. Carmela. Carmela. Shh. Be quiet. Be quiet. All right, let's see what we have for you. Let's see what we have here. I like to deal them out face down and in groups of 3, and then I kind of look at them as I get around to each pile. And then you kind of look at them as a whole once you see everything laid out, So, wow. So in the present, you have the 2 of Hearts, the 5 of Diamonds, and the 2 of Diamonds. So I can see there's some sort of partnership, agreement. The 2 of Hearts is usually a close relationship. This is someone you trust. You know them, all right? Sometimes this can be a date as well. But in this situation, I see you could be discussing money, how to increase your money, how to grow it, perhaps. You could have some money, a little bit of money that has come, you've received, and now you're having a meeting to discuss what to do this, how to perhaps reinvest it or something like that. 5s are changes, so there's an increase and a gain, and this one is a gain financially, usually for yourself. So you're either getting news of this, you could be getting money from somebody, but you're definitely and you could be partnering here too. This could be partnerships and some financial partnerships. You might be going in with someone on something, and maybe you don't have to do much. You just have to invest, perhaps, eh? Coming in, you have the 10 of Spades, the 4 of Spades, and the 6 of Hearts. So there's something that's come to an end. There was a barrier for you that was really difficult to get around, some sort of barrier, and it caused you to take pause, to have doubt, it could have been really difficult challenge, for you to overcome whatever this was, but you did. It looks like you did. And now you're starting to, and if this is in a relationship that's gone through, when I talk about a barrier that's hard to get around, like sometimes in a relationship, you kind of reach this wall, and it's like you can't go any further. Okay. And so it created a lot of doubt. All right. It looks like something might be turning around with this relationship. And I'm not saying you're getting back together, but I'm saying that you may want to work together, perhaps parent together. You may need to maybe go on a vacation after going through something like this, treat yourself, sort of get away and enjoy yourself a little bit, something like that. Like I feel um there, like I said, you could have to parent together still, and you're agreeing to, disagree or whatever. You need to get along to do something to and it could be about the kids, it could be about the family, something like that. But I think as far as you two together, no, done. Um, Also, also a chance that this person could come to see you or you to see them, because I feel like there could be some sort of meeting, perhaps. All right, but to discuss finance or something like that. So above you, you have the two of clubs, the three of spades, and the king of clubs. Another two, so a lot of twos suggesting planning, partnership, meetings. This one is usually to do with work. The clubs are to do with work or what we need, the planning, really a lot of the planning of what you need to get done. It seems like there's some sort of obstacle. Um, and it's to do with a brown or hazel eyed man. This could be a woman too. This person is usually seen as the friend. They they could have been your partner who you were with, or they could be someone you were working with. They may not agree or want to go with the same idea or plan that you have, because they're creating some sort of obstacle. What you have planned doesn't work for them, in some way. But you want to remain friendly, you want to kind of get through this, it seems to me, in some way. Happy Valentine's, T. Thanks for joining me. Um, but like I said, there is some sort of obstacle barrier. Um, and it could be emotional. There could be emotional. Someone can be resistant because they're emotional. They're like mad. They got their wall up, kind of thing, eh? In your work pile, or how you contribute to the world, your ambitions, is the six of spades, the eight of clubs, and the three of diamonds. So this is really nice. Things are starting to turn around for you. Things are starting to get better. I think where things were falling apart, going wrong, ending, that all that kind of stuff has is complete now. And so now you're on the mend. You're ready to get going again. I don't think you get held down for long, Capricorn. You might you might get kicked down, but you get back up, and you might have a little bit of downtime, but you get back at it eventually. You don't stay down for long. And in this six here, it looks like you had taken a step back. You could have made a wrong move, or just got pushed back a step, delayed, held back. Okay, and this is just something that you were trying to work out, made happen. Like I said, there is an obstacle here, right? And you're trying to work things out, or maybe you were resistant to it at one point, but now you're ready to negotiate. You're ready to move forward, and somehow you're finding a way to say the right things so that things can move forward. That's what you want, is to just get through it and get over it. So you're speaking the right language now. You're starting to speak the right language, okay? And this is might be what it takes, and it's about negotiation, about having a little bit your way, a little bit their way, and you're going to be very happy about the outcome. The Three of Diamonds is the initial wish card, as things are starting to come together. They're starting to work out in your favor the way you want. Maybe not everything you want, because it's not the complete wish card, but it's a good start. It's a good start, you know. Um, so it's progress, right? It's progress. And it's not about winning, it's about progress. So, this is how others are seeing you or influencing you. Hi, Brenda. Nice to see you. um, and you have the Five of Spades, the King of Hearts, and the Seven of Clubs. So the Five of Spades is loss, and you could have lost maybe the love of your life, this person, because the King of Hearts is someone we're in love with, or they us, right? It's usually our love interest, okay? And this person is probably very good looking. They could be very successful, or maybe they're just very charming, good lover. Who I don't know. They got something you like, that's for sure, right? But there was a loss here, and whether it was in the friendship, the love, um, something between you, okay? And there's some sort of worry. This person also could be worried about you still, like even though it's over, it ended, it couldn't work out, or at this point anyway, okay, at this juncture, because I've seen couples get together 2 or 3 years later when the timing was better, was, I don't know, because, maybe you were going through something, they were going through something, who knows, and it just wasn't. So, but I feel like there was, could have been a loss of trust too, a little bit of loss of trust for some reason, okay? I feel like someone pulled away. Someone pulled away. In the foundation, you have the Ace of Clubs, the Two of Spades, and the Four of Diamonds. Well, there it is. The Two of Spades is separation. That's a separation. And this is from some, like, it looks like you could have moved, you could have started a new job, or moved to a new place, started some sort of new seed, new growth, new beginning. And it could have made you, you could have had to separate from home. You had to leave home or go out on the road, or maybe you're not be able to spend as much time as home, you know and or someone's not spending as much time at home, okay? Because it feels like there's there's separation. This is in the past, it's already happened, okay? And it left you feeling doubtful, or got you thinking about your security, for one thing, about your security, and which direction you want to go into now. Hence the meetings, discussions about how to um, invest, what to do, because it feels like your money's increasing somehow for some reason. I'm not sure why. In your surprise, you have the Queen of Spades, the Three of Clubs, and the Eight of Spades. Now, the Queen of Spades is usually the single, not by choice, separated, widowed, divorced, okay? And she, not necessarily, but could wear her pain you know, have a chip on her shoulder, feel angry still about having to go through something or be hurt by somebody, something like that. Um, and but it looks like because someone, it looks like she's trying to put hard work and perseverance into her communication. So whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, um, um, because this is confrontational. This eight of spades is confrontational. It's argument. It's, or at least standing your ground. It's at least standing your ground and saying, no, that's not all right with me. You don't have to be angry in this card, but you're definitely showing resistance. This is, and the three of clubs is a very strong card. It's very strong, and it means you're going to dig in and you mean it. You're willing to put the time and energy in, because there's was something that you disagree with, okay, here. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to be angry having an all out fit with somebody, but you're definitely not agreeing. You're not. I don't think you're willing to put time into that, and you're going to say so, you know, or you're going to say about what you are putting in, something like that. You're putting your 2 cents in, that's for sure. You know what I mean? You have a lot of eights, come to think of it, so there's something to do with communication here, changes in your communication. I think you're looking to make friends, not enemies, basically, but you're also not willing to be pushed around or perhaps taken advantage of. um Intimidated, maybe intimidated is the right word, perhaps, but you're making leaps and strides compared to where you were. I would say even 4 months ago, even 4 months ago, yeah, 4 months to a year. I think that you something ended for you that was difficult. Look at that, high priestess. Okay. So this is highlighting your intuition a lot. There also might be things that you don't know yet, haven't been revealed. The high priestess is about secrecy sometimes, and also she is highly feminine card. This is a very, very feminine, but she's about healing. Okay, she's about educating, healing, nurturing, and she has the book of secrets, the book of knowledge in front of her. She's got a lot at her fingertips to be able to heal herself, for starters, but others as well. Isis is the one that came up with the idea of mummification. She mummified her husband because he was murdered and cut into pieces. And so she bandaged him to put him back together so that they could mate, to make a child, before he went into the underworld. And so she healed him for long enough to conceive a child. And so this is some sort of power you could be developing, you have within yourself. You could be a healer yourself, Capricorn. You could be gifted, have some sort of gift, like a reader, a psychic, a medium, work with something, I don't know, Reiki, who knows. But um it could be, something about your soothing words. Your soothing words. You just say the right thing. You say the right thing, but there's something to do with healing energy here. All right. You know what to do. You have the book of secrets, the book of wisdom right there, the yin yang, the laws of both the this world and the underworld. Um, and also Isis, or the high priestess, she knows a lot of secrets too. She carries a lot of secrets. Like, she goes back and forth to the underworld and up here, but she can't ever speak of what she has seen or knows about what goes on down there. Same as when she's down there, she doesn't talk about what goes on up here. So she has all this knowledge. She knows everything that's going on with everybody. You know what I mean? But doesn't speak of it. She uses it to her own advantage. Not to take advantage, to her advantage. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, let's take them. Let's take them. All right. Yeah, so I do feel like you've come out of some sort of time. You've been the hermit, you've been in the cave for a while, you've been thinking, healing to some extent, but gaining a lot of wisdom. You didn't like, you weren't just in there licking your wounds, you were thinking, okay? And you've reached a realization now, an understanding. You get it, you know and you know what you have to do now at this point as well. I think you also may have some sort of calling, realize that you want to go towards something that you've always wanted to do. It's kind of that thing. I've always wanted to have an antique store. I've always wanted to make tinctures for people, or show them how to garden, teach people how to garden and grow their own food. Because that's nourishment too. That's teaching and educating too, and healing. There's all kinds of different methods you could be passing down the teachings. And here's the student right here. Look at that. Here's the student. There is the emperor. So, in some ways, I see you as the emperor, Capricorn. I know some readers see the devil, and I do see the devil as Capricorn as well. But I also see the emperor, because Capricorn does things that nobody else can do, and they do it day in and day out, all day long. They challenge and adversity uh, don't scare them. Don't scare you guys. Okay. The emperor is, likes to be in control. If he can, she can, or get things into control, under control. All right. Have some stability, have some say also in what's going on with their property, their business. So this could be yourself, someone around you that you're dealing with. I also feel like there's a possibility that in some ways you could be the student, because you could be learning something here. But in another way, I see this as your student, something that you're teaching, you're passing down. The other thing too is the emperor is the father figure, and represents the that masculine side in us that um usually the father, the grandfather, provides and takes care of us, right? You know, and here so this could be your kid. You could have a youngster you're still taking care of. You're looking after. You have to provide for this person. But I also feel in a way that you could be doing some healing, educating for youngsters. Um, helping young people, because there's so many young people out there that didn't get the same kind of parenting that we did, and so they didn't get some of this basic etiquette, some basic things, um, and in some ways left on their own. Figure it out, hammer away at it, you know. You'll figure it out. You'll make mistakes. That's okay. You know what I mean? It's sort of this gentle nudging and encouragement and patience. I see you're wanting to learn a new skill, you're wanting to add to your repertoire. I also see you're healing and you may be developing a new healing sort of routine or something to your day, making a slight change because you're wanting changes, but there's something vulnerable about this energy, I guess, that I feel. Even though you could be the boss, you could be at the top of the food chain, you also could be feeling very vulnerable now at this time, stepping forward into something new. You're about to enter a new chapter of life, I really feel like, Capricorn, leaving something behind because you're coming out of the cave and you really know what your path is now. You're tenderly moving forward, slowly moving forward, but moving forward all the same. You might be trying to gain information, um learning something here. I also feel like you could be starting to dabble with your arts, whatever that is. Okay. Um, Getting out your book of knowledge there. And, blowing all the dust off it and sharing a little bit or showing, teaching, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I want to get you an affirmation. I got my little basket of affirmations here, and I'm going to choose one for you for this time. Ah, I love it. I make a difference in the world. And I think this is what you want to do. I think you want to make a difference in the world. And maybe you feel like you haven't. You haven't been able to spread your wings in some way. You could have been maybe, stuck in a place situation where you needed to stay there for a bit. You had commitments. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You're ready to you're ready to do something else. Okay, let's get you one more. I don't know. This one is beautiful. I love it. I am creating a beautiful life. So I'm going to put these in the description box. And if you want, you can write them out and you can put it on your fridge. And, whenever you see it, whenever you lay eyes on it, I want you to say it out loud to yourself. I am creating a beautiful life. That's what I'm doing, slowly but surely. And that's what this is. You know, that's this new wheel, this new plan you got going, and it's just starting. You're just starting it. So you give it time, right? Give it time. I really like that. That's beautiful. I know what you mean. You know what? I know exactly what you mean when you say that, T. When you've been doing something for a while, it's not that you don't like doing it, but you grow bored and you need a new challenge or some sort of new creative stimulation, mental stimulation, perhaps change of scenery. Who knows, right? And so it's nothing to do with what you're doing, but It's just you need variety. Variety is the spice of life. And believe it or not, we're all craving this. I don't care who you talk to. You go and talk to people in your life, your mother, father, neighbor, brother, teacher. I don't care who it is. And they're going to tell you the same thing. We're all craving this right now, this big change. We want something different. We feel stuck. We don't like this anymore. I don't like this anymore, you know? And I want something new, something that feels good, something that feels creative, that I can feel passionate about again, you know, get excited about again, kind of thing. Because I am bored. So it's kind of like that. I totally know what you're saying. So maybe you need to explore what your options are out there, what the possibilities. If you've been thinking about taking a course in herbal herbalism or alchemy, or maybe um, business management. I don't know. I don't know what your thing is, but do something. Maybe go to YouTube University when it comes to something like that. Just dabble in it a little bit. Start opening some windows. Maybe not a door yet, a window. You know what I mean? Anyway, I hope this really helps you, Capricorn, in the next month to come. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, guys, for joining me tonight. I thought I'd do a last video before it's getting dark and everything. And trying to catch up. I was sick for a week. So that's what got me behind. Usually I have these done by now, but I couldn't do anything. I felt terrible. So getting back on it. Okay? All right. Love you bunches. Have a wonderful evening or morning, depending on where you are. Bye now.